it's Lanie, and today I am just over the moon because I'm going to be filming a really big video on how I film and edit all my videos. This video, I'm making it for a multitude of reasons. Number one is that I get a lot of questions, especially in real life, about like how I edit, how I make my thumbnails, like how did I do this, how did I do that, like all these questions. So today we're putting them to rest. Number two, I actually just needed to make an updated video of this anyway because the last one I did was like 2 years ago and I have changed since then. Number three, that also was the most popular video on my channel to date, so I'm obviously doing something right with these videos, so I'm making another one. I've already filmed this video, but we had a little malfunction with the audio, so now I have to refilm it all over again, and I am not happy about it, but I'm going to do it anyway. My videos take I would say between 4 to 8 hours my videos take to edit, depending on the video, and that doesn't include filming, planning, possibly buying things, writing any scripts if I need to. It's a lot of work. Nevertheless, I love making my YouTube videos and I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it's a lot of effort, and today you're going to find out how much effort it is. To film all my videos, I use a Nikon D7000 with a 50mm 1.8 lens. I have no idea what I just said. This camera that I'm filming on is my dad's old camera. I have no clue about anything to do with cameras. Don't ask me what this lens does, I just like the camera. So my camera is a DSLR and I really like it because it's able to blur the background, and honestly I feel like most cameras are able to do this, but my camera I feel, or a lot of DSLR cameras are really good at blurring the background, which is why I have the fairy lights and all the stuff in the background, because it adds a really nice interesting effect to the background. Honestly, even if you wanted to use an iPhone 6, that would blur the background too. If you don't have a DSLR or you don't even have a camera, don't let that stop you if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, because you can literally film on your iPhone. I film a lot of my videos on my iPhone 6. If it's a thrift with me, or a day in my life, or if I'm vlogging, it's all done on my phone, and that works really well, and I feel like the quality is pretty good. So for my lighting, I use natural lighting, I use the sun, and then in all my videos I also have 2 softbox lights, and they are big box lights basically, and they just add a little bit of extra light to my videos, and I like my videos to be really bright, which is why I like them. In this video, I'm not actually using my lights because they had a small malfunction. I'm not really sure what happened there. My dad bought my lights for me for my birthday a couple of years ago. He got them off of eBay. They've lasted me 3 years at this point, and I'm sure they're going to last me a lot longer. I do not have money to be throwing around on fancy little microphones, so what I use and what I highly recommend anybody using is just your iPhone voice memos, recording thing. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, but I think my audio is always sounding pretty good, and I just sit my phone on my lap recording. I just sit my phone on my lap and that's how I do it, and it works well. Or you can invest in an expensive microphone, wouldn't recommend that. Or you can just use no microphone. It's up to you. In my little filming segment, I also wanted to include a little bit about planning, because I really don't plan my videos at all. Obviously I will come up with the idea, and if I have an idea randomly one time, then I write it down in my phone notes, and then it just stays there until I need it. If you've been watching my Lanie K Exposed series, I write all the scripts for them, but no other video is scripted. I really don't plan my videos at all. I just go into it with kind of a basic idea in my head of how I want the video to turn out, or what I want to say or whatever, and then we just see what happens. It also depends on the style of videos that you make and just your personal preference on how you like your videos to turn out. I edit all my videos on iMovie with my MacBook Pro. My MacBook Pro was a recent purchase. Absolutely love that thing. I don't know what I would do without it. My MacBook doesn't actually have much storage on it, so I use an external hard drive, and on the hard drive my iMovie library is stored. I really like iMovie, don't get me wrong, but some of the text, actually all of the text and the backgrounds and the fonts and the music and the transitions, I don't like any of it. So I use a whole bunch of other different websites and programs that help me out to make my videos look a little more to my standard. Whenever I start editing a video, the first thing that I do without fail is I sync my audio. When I'm on iMovie, what I have is I have the video track, which is the big video that I film on my camera, and then I also have the audio track.
So to sync the audio, I usually just find where I start talking in the camera recording, and then when I start talking in the audio recording, and then I just sync them up and then mute the audio from the original camera recording.
Okay, so next is color correction. I'm literally so bad at color correction. Like, it's just confusing to me. I just play around with it until I think it looks good, which honestly, it like never looks good. Like, sometimes my hair is like 8 different colors because I just cannot figure it out.
So to color correct my videos, I just go to the little like artist palette and I up the saturation, and then the more saturated the video gets, the more yellow it gets. So I turn down like the yellowish hue to make it a little more blue, and then I'll up the brightness, or in some videos I'll even turn the brightness down. It's really just personal preference, and then I play around with it a little.
Once I've color corrected my videos and synced the audio, the next thing I do is pick music. Do not make a video unless you have music in it. Like, I just find that music makes a video so much better, especially when I'm filming vlogs or thrift with me's or videos like that where it's a little more vlog style. I find that sometimes the footage can be very choppy and like not very cohesive. So when you add music, which is one like solid soundtrack below everything, it really ties the whole video together, which is why I will always add music, and especially like I think it just adds something a little more interesting to the video. If you're wondering where I get my music from, I have a playlist on YouTube. It's like a private playlist, and it's got a whole bunch of songs on it, like literally like 75 songs that I find as I'm just kind of like browsing through songs, and then I'll put it in there, and then whenever I need a song, which is basically every video, I go to that playlist and pick one that I like. So once I've done that, the video is actually ready to properly start being edited, and that's when I actually start like putting the video together. Basically when I'm doing this, I just go through the one big long track, and then I just cut out anything that I don't like, or if I'm saying something weird or whatever, if I'm like get distracted or whatever, I cut it all out. And as I'm doing this, I do the Ken burns and the crops, which is what everybody does nowadays.
To do the Ken burns, basically all you have to do is just cut your video to the little bit that you want to do the Ken burns, click on the crop tool, press Ken burns, and then press the little frame that says end, and then resize that and drag it to wherever you want your Ken burns to end. To crop your video, all you have to do is cut the little piece of the video that you want to actually have cropped, and then you just go to the crop tool, press crop to fill, and then you can resize whatever size you want your video to be cropped to.
So once the video has been put together basically, and it's all cut together and like fits well, I add in like my text and my titles and like anything else that just like takes your video from like one level to a whole new level. So when I'm doing this, I'll add in my intro and I'll add in any title pages to like kind of explain what's going on and make it easier for the viewer to understand. So in this video, for example, I've had a title page that says filming and a title page that says editing, and that just like breaks up the video and makes it more easy for the viewer to actually understand what's going on. I'll also change or fix up the music if I think that it's too loud or it doesn't fit right. Once I've done that, I always watch through my video one more time and add in anything if I think there's, you know, one bit of the video that's a bit boring, or if I feel that, you know, something doesn't need to be there. I cut things out, I put things in, I make sure the music's right, and then I just make sure that I'm like happy for it to be posted worldwide, basically. Once that's done, I just export the video and post it up on YouTube. I did just want to talk quickly about thumbnails, because they are a whole nother thing, and I'm not really gonna like show how I like make my thumbnails because every thumbnail is different. For my thumbnails though, if you're curious, I use PicMonkey, Pixlr, and Photoshop. And then I also will like take screenshots from my video and then like edit them and do whatever I need to do to them. But yeah, my thumbnails are different every time, so it really depends on the video that I'm making and how I want the thumbnail to like portray what's going on in the video. Okay, so that is everything that I have today. Also, I completely forgot to mention, this is the first video of 2019, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a great New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and if you've got any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them, as long as it's not about my camera, because I cannot help you with that. I don't know how to work that thing. So with that being said, I think that's everything. I hope you have a great day, hope you're doing good, and I'll see you all later. Bye! That was not waving like that ever again. That was